Hey guys, I'm Lucky back here for another video, guys. Today we'll be talking about everything we know about Madden 22 at this moment. First off, we have seen a cover release in a way. So back in February, we saw that GameStop actually leaked that it would go ahead and it was releasing Madden 22. It didn't say what days it was going to come out. It said to be decided, but what it did show was a picture of the cover. Now the cover, according to GameStop, was the man, the myth, the legend, Derrick Henry. So he is right now the expected cover of Madden 22. Again, like I said, they did release that. Now, could EA change at any time? They could, but right now he is the speculated cover of MUT 22. EA did come out yesterday. The CEO said that the cover will be a little bit different than most years. It will not be the same as it always is. So what does that mean? Well, we could still see Derrick Henry, but maybe Derrick Henry in a different way. Maybe again, it's something related to like more than one player. That's what I was speculating in my video yesterday, and I could definitely see it actually coming to fruition. Now, when will Madden come out, and what will the price be, and what editions will we have? Most likely we will have the standard edition, deluxe edition, and some kind of MVP edition. Now, if it is Derrick Henry, it won't be the MVP edition. Obviously, MVP edition really banking off the fact that Lamar Jackson won it, but whatever edition, will most likely have 3 different editions coming in at a price tag. If you are playing on Xbox Series X, $70, $90, and probably $110. Now, if you're buying it for the standard consoles, probably the typical $60, $80, and $100. Same thing as always. Series X and PlayStation 5 games are $70 each, so that's where you would be starting if you were buying it for a next-gen console. A current-gen console, you would start at the typical $60, $80, and then $90 or $100. So those are the price tags for Madden 22. Now, what can we expect from Madden 22? Well, first off, we can expect a huge franchise overhaul. Something that the a EA developer said this offseason was that they actually have heard us. They're claiming that they've heard us and they understand our frustrations when it comes to franchise mode. So we're seeing a complete overhaul of franchise mode. Now, how in depth are they going to go with that? Well, we did see a leaked image of EA Sports' dev actually in the background. He actually had Madden 22 up, and it looked like we saw some kind of scouting type of thing. So maybe more in-depth scouting, maybe more in-depth NFL draft type of stuff. We didn't see anything more than that, just a simple image of the actual scouting process, and it was a lot more in-depth than it is currently in Madden franchise mode. So that is a promising sign to see if there's anything more they could add to that, but that's definitely something very, very good right now. Now, with that in mind, franchise, obviously, when is the release date of Madden 22? Well, right now we know that the release date will be in Q2 of EA's release schedule. Now, the release schedule goes from July to September for Q2. So it'll be any time from July 1st to September, end of September. Now, my speculation is I'm going to expect early August, especially because of how bad Madden 21 did. I expect them to go ahead and try to capitalize and get the game out as soon as possible. Beta for this game should be starting sometime very, very soon. I'm speculating that beta for this will either start in late June or early July, and that obviously will be our first chance to actually play Madden 22. For any creators who are playing Madden 22 beta, keep in mind, do not upload anything when it comes to Madden 22 beta. They say it in the thing, but it does not matter. And it also, just key tip here, do not record stuff on the beta and then think you're going to upload it once the embargo lifts. You cannot do that. You will get your video flagged, your video will be taken down by EA, and you will get your account banned on EA. Do not do it. I have not done it before, but I know a lot of other people who have, and you will get your account banned. For Ultimate Team, what can we expect from Madden 22? Well, honestly, the sad part is we're going to expect to see a lot of the same stuff from MUT 22 as we saw from MUT 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, and so on and so on. We're going to see our typical Team of the Week promo most likely every single week. Now, this year we have a total of 3 preseason games and 18 regular season games. So that most likely means that we're going to see a uptick in the Team of the Week content, but how much more uptick, we have to wait wait and see on how EA does this. But like I said, it's going to be the same typical Ultimate Team. I'm not expecting them to really change up anything, in all honesty. Probably the same level system as always. It's a different MUT Master, of course. If it ends up being Derrick Henry as a cover, very possible we could see a Derrick Henry MUT Master, which honestly, I wouldn't mind that. I love using Derrick Henry cards every single year. So if we could see a MUT Master of Derrick Henry, I would honestly be 100% behind that and honestly support that. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. Would you support a Derrick Henry MUT Master? Other than that, I'm not expecting anything else new. I mean, like I said before, we have Face of the Franchise, Superstar KO, the Yard. I'm expecting them to really build upon these 3 different, modes. Probably, honestly, I'd say they probably won't care about Face of the Franchise, but Superstar KO in the Yard, I'm really expecting a huge overhaul and a lot of upgrades to come in this next year's game. Those are 2 game modes that they really tried to push down our throats, I feel like, and those are 2 game modes I know some people love, some people hate. I don't play either one, but I know some people love them, and that's definitely something that I know they've been trying to really get out there, like, hey guys, play the Yard. They did a whole entire SpongeBob theme, the Yard, which still to this day takes me off the fact that they put so much effort and so much developer time into a stupid The Yard thing that they couldn't even fix gameplay. When you look at it, I mean, the amount of time they put into creating custom stadiums, custom uniforms. I mean, you guys saw that there was an open world pretty much of custom stuff around that stadium that they added to that. So many different things they added. If you guys did play the Fan Appreciation Weekend, you played the solos, all those like 3-foot tall players, all that time they put into that. It sucks the fact they couldn't took that time and put it into gameplay. Like I said, this is not a video of me complaining about EA, but definitely something I'm disappointed in. Now for gameplay, because that obviously is a big part of MUT 22, what am I speculating for gameplay? Well, gameplay I'm expecting to be somewhat the same, but every year there always is a little twist when it comes to gameplay. Sometimes the defense ends up being really overpowered day 1, the offense becomes overpowered day 1, and we start to really, realize that this game is more or less a beta to full game, and it's not an actual full release game until like September, October time, once title updates do start rolling out. So I'm expecting day 1 for the gameplay to be very similar to what this year is, but I am expecting it to be a couple of gimmicks. I always call it gimmicks because that's pretty much what it is. There's certain things they add every year where it's like, oh hey, we're gonna add the dead leg this year, and I know the dead leg is actually very, very useful, especially when it comes to stop and go and stuff like that. But I will say I don't think it's as useful for 90% of the MUT community that doesn't use it. There are some people that use it, and some people use it amazingly. I've seen some really good gameplay of people using the stop and go and utilizing it to their advantage. But I'm saying for the most of the MUT community that doesn't use it, it kind of was more or less a gimmick. There's other things that we see every single year, just gimmicks, and some people just don't personally use. But like I said, that does come down to personal experience and personal use. But when it comes to the strictly gameplay part of things, the glitches, the issues with that, I'm really hoping EA does, perfect that and tries to fix that. But I honestly will say, and this is just my personal opinion, I'm very disappointed in EA this last year. They have shown lack of caring when it comes to a lot of things. I mean, simple things like, getting the bundle picture right, or having certain cards in the game when they're supposed to be in the game and not having to do it. They have done a lot of EA make rights this year, a lot of them, because they messed up a lot of times. So I'm hoping MUT 22, they can really change that around and start to perfect themselves and make a better game for not only themselves, but also as a company, just really put more time and effort into the game. Again, like I said, this is all depends on what EA wants to do though. So guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Are you ready for MUT 22? I know a lot of people aren't going to be picking it up, and honestly I don't blame a lot of people, because this game MUT 21 has showed us one thing, is that EA really has a lack of caring for Madden in very ways. They have kind of treated this Madden like a cash cow at this point, and they're not putting as much time and effort that they should be. But again, like I said, MUT 22 could be different. We're going to see a next-gen MUT. This MUT 21 and Madden 21, what we saw was a poorly ported over Madden game from Madden 21 from Xbox to Xbox Series X to PS4 to PS5. We saw a very poorly ported over game for the next gen consoles. Now they have a whole year to work on next gen. I'm really hoping they can get that done and done correctly. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit the like, subscribe button down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.